In this video, I will be answering these two time value of money questions involving down payments. Number 1. Warren purchased a boat for $18,000, making a $5,000 down payment and borrowing the balance at an interest rate of 9% compounded monthly. If the loan is repaid with 40 equal monthly payments, what is the size of each payment? The question here requires we find the periodic payment. I will be using these time value of money buttons. I can press second, clear time value of money to set all these entries to 0. I will start by setting PY. So second PY, since payments are made monthly, I will press 12, enter, and press the down arrow button for CY. Interest is also compounded monthly, so I can either leave this as is, or to be sure I can press 12 and then enter, and then second quit. And that takes us out of that mode. Since we have 40 payments, I will press 40, then press N to store that. Interest rate is 9%, so I will press 9, then IY. The purchase price of the boat is $18,000, but after the $5,000 down payment, the amount actually financed or borrowed is $18,000 minus $5,000. And that gives $13,000. I'll press PV to store that. Since this is a loan that will be paid off at the end, the future value will be 0. It is already set to 0 when we clear time value of money, but to be sure, I will enter 0 future value. Next, I'll press compute payment. And that shows that the size of each payment is $377.39. Next, let's look at the second question. Kate paid $3,000 down payment for her car and repaid the rest by paying $661.32 at the end of every month for 5 years. If interest rate was 8.81% APR, that is nominal interest rate compounded monthly, what was the purchase price of the car? To start, I'll press second PY. Since payments are made every month, we already have 12 here. I can enter 12 and press enter to be sure. And then when I scroll down, CY is automatically set to 12. Since interest rate is compounded monthly, I can just leave this as is and press second quit. Since payments are made for 5 years, the total number of payments will be 5 times 12, which gives 60. So I'll enter that by pressing N. The interest rate is 8.81%. So I'll press IY. I'm going to skip the present value since that's what we want to compute and move on to payment. Payment is $661.32. Now I can press the plus minus button here to make it negative just because I want my present value to show up as a positive value. So I'll press payment. Again, I want future value to be 0. So I'll press 0 future value. And that's because the loan will be paid off at the end. And then finally, I'll press compute present value. And that gives about $32,000. This value computed here is the amount borrowed and not the purchase price. Note that Kate made a down payment of $3,000 and borrowed the rest. Therefore, the purchase price is the sum of this present value of periodic payments plus $3,000 down payment. And that gives about $35,000. And that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.